update video happening right now. We're talking staying at a 5-star. We're talking weather in October. How bad are the mosquitoes? Food quality. Going into town. Prices in Varadero. Travel deals in October. The Royal Service. And so much more on this update video. Now it's 10 o'clock in the morning. It's absolutely stunning here today in Varadero. It's October and the weather's been fantastic since I've been here. We did have one night of rain and that has been it. Like I always say in my videos, I don't trust those weather networks saying thunderstorms or chance thunderstorms and rain. I just come down here and check it out. And this is what it's looking like today, folks. Surface ocean temperature right now is 29 degrees. The pools are basically the same. So if you're coming here at the beginning of October, that's what you can expect. It's absolutely beautiful. I just want to quickly talk about traveling in low season here at this resort. Right now there's less than 25% occupancy. So I think there's probably around 100 people here. If you like quiet, well, this resort offers quiet, okay? And especially in the Royal Service area, it's very quiet because they don't do a lot of music over there. So if you're up to that, well, this resort offers it. Also, Port Royal, it hasn't been open. That's the beach grill. The a la cartes, not every a la carte is open every single day. They rotate. The piano bar, it just opened last night. And the entertainment is probably a little bit more sparse than normal. So if you're coming in low season, that's what you should expect. Actually, the seaweed's been not too bad since I've been here on the beach, and it looks like they're cleaning it up. So last week I was staying at a 4-star. This week I'm staying at a 5-star in a standard room. I don't know, I don't understand the star system. If you're into the price, if you're into what this resort offers, obviously you're pressing enter. If you've been here before, it has multiple time return guests. So this is a 23-year-old resort with over 600 rooms. It has fantastic palm trees. It's got some really nice architecture. It's really well built. I'll say that. It's got great pools. It's got a decent gym. This place has a yoga studio. And it's got a really good 24-hour snack bar. Now, when it comes to a 5-star, I believe you're just getting more of an offering. Now, that's just my personal opinion. I'm not a big fan of the new buildings nowadays. They're square, they're rectangles, they're boxes, and there's not a lot of vegetation. So it's kind of a deal breaker for me. You can give me a great room with lots of hot water and a good mattress, but my room is big, slightly dated. I've got a fairly good mattress. It smelt musty as soon as I got it, but because this resort's not full, of course the rooms are not always going to be used, so hence that's why you're going to get a musty smell. A couple of days it went away. Like, that does not bother me, and if you're coming, rooms can smell like that. But like I said in my video, open up the door and air it out. This resort looks big, but it's easy to navigate, and it's got a lot of flat paths. But the paths, because it's an old resort, they have a lot of character to them, and there's a lot of palm trees at this resort, which makes it really unique. The Royal Service side, it looks beautiful. I didn't upgrade. I wish I would have, but I didn't. And but I did film a little bit of the pools there today, but I'm eating there at the Royal Service side because it's such a smaller footprint. I believe that it's just easier for the staff to manage that and to control the food and the quantities and to contain it all in one small building. But the a la cartes are open. I believe I paid $825 for 7 days. So for me, I couldn't go wrong in a standard room. But if you're coming here and in low season and the upgrade is like $100 more or a little bit more than that for the week, I would do it. Now, I left last week Cayo Coco and arrived here basically 2 days later, and the bugs were vicious in Cayo Coco, I have to say. The bugs were kind of bad here, but they didn't compare to Cayo Coco. But now they've just turned, like, they've gone right down. I have traveled in every single month in this country for the last 3 years, And September last year, I didn't find that was bad, nor October when I was in the KOs. But this year, it seemed like there must have been, it was just an anomaly. Maybe it was more rain, I don't know. It was just different this year. Just my opinion. Definitely bring lots of bug spray right now. And I'm going through all the bug sprays to find out which is best. I find off really doesn't even do anything to them. I have Ben's on order. It should be here for my next video. And we're gonna go with that. But if you're concerned about bugs, always try to go to places that have a great breeze. So like you're talking KO Cruise, like some of the resorts in KO Coco, or you just come to Varadero, because Varadero, there's just always a fantastic breeze here. And I would always rather have a breeze in September and October, get rid of the bugs and actually cool things down, than not to have a breeze and have all the mosquitoes and the flies. But that's just me. Now at low tide here, I've heard that there's a really good berm that's starting to show up. So I'm gonna be looking for that today during low tide. Looks like the water's just starting to go out now. Let's talk food quality since I've been at this resort. I think the food quality has been solid, but everyone has a different opinion when it comes to food and food quality. They've had plenty of fresh fish. They've had mussels, chicken, pork. Not so much beef, but they have had some lamb. They've had a small variety of fruits and a small variety of vegetables, tiny. They've had an excellent pastry selection, and the bread maker is phenomenal here as well, and butter. So if you're into that, they offer it, okay? But I've found that the food quality here's been consistent. Every single day they've had yogurts, juices, and eggs, and everything else that goes with breakfast. I saw bacon once or twice. Let's talk about going into Varadero. Yeah, I took the bus for $5 US. I asked if I could use Canadian. The guy said $5 US, and that's what I gave him. Yeah, it's going to take a bit of time to wait for the bus, obviously, depending on how busy the bus route is. It took about 40 minutes to get into town from the end of the peninsula right into 62. But it's all gonna depend on how busy the island is or how busy the peninsula is, okay? Now I got off and basically just kind of crept around. It was a Monday morning. It was around 11 o'clock by the time I got in there. Obviously it's gonna be very quiet, but I just wanted to go check out prices and see where things were at. It was just opening up, and it was nice. It was quiet and clean in town, okay? Prices have gone up since last year, but of course prices have gone up everywhere. Last year I remember seeing prices for beers, for cerveza, it was 180 CUP. This year now, 250. And last year they were offering Paranda, but this year it's Super Bock, and I'm noticing some Spanish beer. And Moosehead was offered at the Floridia. So I just kind of looked around, checked out prices at some of the local bars, and I was kind of going past the Beatles, and I was heading down towards the main beach area, and I went into a little restaurant there and I just grabbed some lunch. I grabbed a chicken dinner. It was less than 1,000 CUP. I added a water, that was 120 CUP, and I think the bill worked out to $12.80. That included the tip. Of course, I paid that bill in CUP because you need to if you want to get that price, or you can pay $5 US. But if you pay $5 US, you're not getting the deal. So, and then I left the guy a tip in US dollars. Now people ask me, what should you tip? Tip what you want. Tip what's ever in your soul. Like if my lunch is $3.50 or my lunch was $3.02, you tip what you want to tip. So that was awesome. I found my buddy George. I gave him some items. He actually wanted my shoes. I gave him my shoes too. I brought an extra pair because they were just an older pair that he probably could use, gently worn. So I offered them to him. I think the final thing I'll say is traveling to Cuba is not for everybody. Traveling in low season is not for everybody. Food quality always comes and goes. Bugs come and go, insects are everywhere in the tropics, and if that bothers you, you might have your answer already. I'm not telling you to come to this country. I'm never telling you to stay home. I'm just showing you my experience so you can probably make your best determination for your upcoming travel needs. I try to give you real information as honestly as I can. You know, just because I had eggs today doesn't necessarily they're gonna have eggs when you get here, or vice versa. You know, someone said, oh, you should have been here last week, we had lobster. Of course, they don't have it when I'm here, but that's just the reality of what I do. Anyway, to all my Patreons, thank you very much. I do appreciate you all. Keith Fisher's my latest, and I want to say thank you to Keith. And Jim Mills, thank you to Jim Mills, and a few other people that just dropped in. Now, my merchandise is in. T-shirts came in, and they're selling really well. Beach bags, and of course I always have sticker packs, and it really does help me out. And like I always say, if you like my channel, do me a favor, like and subscribe. It does help me out. I'm on my way to 25,000. I really want to get there, and I want to keep going. Guess what? Follow me on Facebook. Lots of updated information there. Hey, have a good day. Cheers. Salud. Hasta luego.